Hi, it's Ola, first time speaking to you. Today I would like to show you my favorite 15 mods that are for me essential to have a satisfying gameplay. They are still fantastic in 2024 and I use them all simultaneously and I have no compatibility issues whatsoever. This is not a tutorial, just a brief overview. As mods can mess up with your performance a little bit, I recommend a great guide which tells you in details how to boost your performance, graphic, etc. It basically saved my unplayable cities. Okay, let's start then. We will start with gameplay mods. Loading screen mod. Great mod which is essential if you use a lot of assets. It speeds your loading time, gives you a screen which tells you how much RAM your game uses, which assets are broken or missing. If you have trouble loading your save, it can also help you to restore it. It has option to generate HTML report, which you can scroll through, check out which assets are heavy on your save. It also allows you to load the game only with the assets you've previously used. That's how the loading screen looks like. "81 tiles. This totally fits my gameplay style. I was frustrated with normal 25 tiles, starting in the middle of the city and building industrial zone or sewage pump right on the coolest central part of the map. As you can see, you can either unlock 25 center tiles or go big and choose 81 tiles. This is a small vanilla map, but you can go big with custom ones. It just generally gives you more realism and I didn't notice it being extra heavy on my FPS. City Skylines 1 traffic system is shit. Blocked highways, messed up roundabouts, crazy stuff going on the intersections. This allows you to do almost everything you can think of. The option panel is huge and I recommend to play with it. Options regarding realistic parking or reckless drivers are especially cool. Traffic lights, including timed traffic lights, lining the roads, speed limits, vehicle type or stop limits, it's all here. There is tons of separate guides about it on the YouTube, but this and a bit of experience let me completely get rid of my traffic. And if you mess up, you can start again by simply clearing all the traffic altogether. Realistic population. This mode overrides vanilla simulation system for more realistic gameplay. It helps you with management of schools, workplaces, tax, and basically everything. You no longer find massive skyscrapers with 5 households, while tiny house houses 5 people, as it calculates the capacity of each building individually based on floors, etc. As you can see on the school panel. It changes slightly the map pattern, so I really recommend only to implement this mod on the new save or at the very early stages of gameplay. Well, Industries DLC was one of my favorite City Skylines DLCs. It definitely added realism and more dimension into my city. This mod, similarly to previous one, overrides the industrial system, meaning number of trucks, their capacity of warehouses and factories. It also affects production speed and rate, as well as workers' count. Bonus points for helping with crazy industry traffics, as you can see on this comparison. Improved public transport mod. There are few transport mods out there, but this is so far my favorite. It's not overcomplicated and have all the essential tools I need. It adds few options to your transport menu, allows to customize each line, check out your stops. It helped me to better adjust the number of vehicles to the certain lines according to their popularity. It lets you modify unbatching time, so buses or other means of transport are spread evenly between each other and not just queue all at once at one bus stop. It helps you to play with vehicle types, especially if you are asset obsessed like me and can't imagine ugly vanilla buses around your town, as well as their speed and capacity. Now let's get to what we love the most about this game, which is building. It was so hard to choose the essential mods, but let's go! You won't do much without Anarchy mods in this game. This one adds a little panel which lets you do a lot. Not only you can do crazy spaghetti junctions, earthy game style, ignoring any game limits. I'm talking collision, slope, shoreline requirements, or this annoying automatic snapping to nodes. You can switch on ground, bridge, or tunnel mode whenever you want, set one fixed height for the road, and many more. It's simple yet powerful. Apart from Network Anarchy, check out Tree and Prop Anarchy. I'll be mentioning in another video where I will present you mods that are small tweaks to your game. This mod, along with Move It, transformed the aesthetic of my entire city. Initially, the game was created to use zoning option, which is cool and speeds things up, but you risk getting totally random ugly buildings. With RICO, you get a completely new tab which allows you to place buildings individually, browse between different kinds of building, their specialty or size. I also like using Find It mod, which is a hidden extra mod I mentioned in this video, because then I can immediately search for asset I'm interested in. Also, I really like RICO panel, which to be honest I did not explore that much yet, but it has few options regarding the categories of buildings. You can modify level of the building or even their type. What I use mostly is the workers tab that helps me to assess the workers number more realistic. You can also cheat a bit and change building type, for example to industrial if you are in need for industry development. Just be aware that it can spawn weird tracks in the middle of your luxurious city center. Move It. This is such a classic. It complements the RICO perfectly, and it's must-have if you want to level up in your gameplay. As game suggests, it lets you move things around, which is already huge, as well as align, mirror, and adjust height of stuff you place. It works on any type of buildings, props, networks, trees, etc. I can't imagine my gameplay without it. It will be especially useful if you plan to build an European city, which I never did, with all those tenements houses. It also works with procedural objects to quickly align something on the tree axis. Precision engineering, another classic mod. Since City Skylines 1 didn't have all the cool engineering, plopping, angle adjusting options as in CS2, we had to do weird stuff, okay? Even building a roundabout was a challenge. Simple yet essential. Landscape tools. You might have noticed the pattern here. Mods came to save us from all the CS1 imperfections. If you started with the CS2 and downgraded to CS1, you will need some of the tools I mentioned. This is one of them. In comparison to vanilla, it gives you way more control over landscaping. It has built-in tree brush, which is pretty simple, water and resources tool, and makes the simple landscaping simply better. You can set the custom terrain height as well as easily undo any modification, which I think is not the case in the basic game. Okay, then we will finish with graphics/visual mods. First, Bob, which is actually my most recent addition. It has few options, but the one I use the most is a tree replacer. It allows you to change the trees on whole map with different type, no matter if you want to go from vanilla to custom or vice versa. Additionally, you can replace the trees that are placed into networks with few extra options, or edit the type of trees on the chosen lot. It just adds this extra touch. A disclaimer: be mindful about your FPS. There are few graphic mods out there, but this is the easiest one to use in my book. I highly recommend to download ULOD pack of choice. I use Relight 2. Ultimate Eyecandy gives you a tab with few options. It allows you to load a lot to right away change the vibe of your city, adjust the weather, or completely turn it off if you are annoyed by this ugly rain. It has few basic lighting options regarding the sun, and what's cool is that you can adjust the speed of days, and in my understanding it does not affect simulation, just the visual aspect. You can completely block the change of time too. It's the simplest way to load the loot and make your game more visually pleasing. Relight, complementing Ultimate Eyecandy perfectly. This mod basically allows for rebalance, lighting and tone mapping. The window pops up and you can play around with different settings. These are mine settings that work great with loot I use, Relight to Alpine. I think I copied most of my graphics settings from this video that should pop up in your right corner. I highly recommend it if you want a guide on how to make your city look more realistic. This is the last but not least of the mods I mentioned today. This mod gives you a simple way to change how your game looks. It affects performance, so play around with perfect settings. These are mine if you want to take a screenshot and copy them. From the creators, this mod enables you to increase the render distance of detailed tree, prop, building and network models. I've noticed that it's way less heavy on performance than similar mods, but you have to be. You know what? I'm not sure if I can really describe it, just look at the comparison. And that's all, guys. These were my most essential mods, but I plan to post a future video with mods that add this, extra tweak to your gameplay. So stay tuned for that. Give this video a like if you enjoy it, and till the next time.